Hello and welcome back to New York Gold. I went out yesterday with a couple of guys from the fish club. D from Brooklyn, you guys know him, and this guy Adam, you're gonna know him now. And we picked up some CPDs, but I also got some cherry barbs. And I, with the intention of breeding them, and I only had them, 24 hours, but they already started. So I'll let you know, what I did to get to this point. Really nothing special, same stuff you've seen, time and time again. This is a 7-gallon cube, probably filled up about 5 gallons. You got a heater, high 70s water temp, just regular tap water. I filled it up yesterday, so pH comes out of my tap about 7, so that's what they're getting. I had a seasoned box filter that I keep in the tank next door, and I just started a brine shrimp going in there just for the hell of it. I figured today I'll throw an egg trap in there, and all it is the bottom part of a Chinese food dish and the mesh cut out in the top. There's a rock inside the bottom, some Java moss, and a rock kind of holding it down, and that's it. So I figured I'd set it up and give these guys a couple of days and let them figure it out. But they started figuring it out this morning, as soon as I put it in, actually. So they're doing good. And I want to pull the trap, and I want to see, what kind of eggs, how many eggs we got. It's been in there all day, so we'll take it out and we'll spin it around and take a look. This is actually the hardest part, is getting this thing out and getting some of the water out, but I don't want all the eggs to kind of spill out of this thing, I want some water, but not all of it. All right, so there's the setup. A little rock holding the Java moss down. So what we can do is take this out, and we can take this rock, put it in here, put this in here, then I can go reset this back in the tank. Give it a little fluff, and that's it. She's set for tomorrow. Without having to stir it, it seems we did pretty good. There's a cluster there, a small cluster there. I'll just clean this thing up a little bit, and then try to incubate these eggs. Trying to get some of the schmutz out of there without sucking eggs up. It's going to take a little time. This is a nice warm tank. This is a San Marco red-tail Goodyear tank, but you see how I'm floating this thing where it's somewhat underwater right there? I'm going to put a little more water in here, I think. I want a little higher. I got to keep the heat. It's cold down in this basement, so this is keeping the heat on these guys. I gave the bucket a spin, filled it with some water, and in a few days these guys should start hatching. We'll find out. So right now it's the beginning. It's not too hard to see the males from the females when they're breeding like this. The males are clearly got that cherry barb red, and the females they're kind of tan or brownish with the big white belly, a little bit bigger than the males. They only get about a couple inches total, these fish. But when they're in the fish store and they're not that big, they're pretty hard to tell apart sometimes because they're not colored up for breeding, and they kind of look very similar. So I'll show you a picture. I think if you're picking them out, just try to get some of the darker ones, some of the lighter ones, and that'll get you a good ratio of male to female. I ended up getting 6 fish for 20 bucks. You can see the female's a little more plump, and she got that big belly, and the male's a little bit smaller and darker. Well, it's the next day, and all the eggs fungused up. So we'll have to harvest more and try it again. Here's my setup for the new eggs. We'll see. All right, I dumped them in. Only a couple dozen eggs. Little meth blue. I have some air in there. Get that water moving a little bit, just a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see if that works. So after about a week or so of failing with these guys, I tried meth blue. I tried peroxide. I couldn't get the eggs to go. They fungused up. So after a while, I just blamed the males. Why should I blame myself? Anyway, I was right. I picked up some more males. I ended up getting some long fin cherry barbs. I got some males, put them in there, and the very next day I had fertilized swimming little eggs and embryos. So sometimes you just get duds, I guess. I don't know. Environment, I don't know what it was. But, so did the same thing. I had them in here, eggs, floated it, and I'll show you from here on out. This is what they look like at 1 day old. And this is what they look like at 2 days old. You can see the eyes a little better. Still buzzing around. Some of them are still just hatching out, but they're just yolk sacs and tails. This is day 4. They're moving around a little bit. They're not free swimming yet, but they're getting their eyes, and you can see their guts developing. So after 4 days or so, they're still chilling on the bottom. This is day 6. A lot more free swimming. I'm starting to feed them that fry powder still. And, I did move some out of here into here. I have it's kind of like a take on the Dean method. I have let's see, there's a sponge filter, just feeding a little spray bar, just dripping in, and this sponge in the back for the overflow. Let's see if I can stop the drip for a second. There you go. And there's a bunch. There's actually a handful. I don't know if you can see it right there, but there's some that looks like albinos in there, just like ones that don't look like they have any eyes. This is day 8, and I don't know if you can see, but I added a few baby brine shrimp in here, and a bunch of them have orange bellies, so they are taking it very early. I like that. I'm still gonna feed them golden pearls, but I'm happy and surprised that they're taking baby brine shrimp so soon. Not good. We have disaster in the fish room. My fry tray fell off into the tank, and this is a reenactment. This happened a couple of days ago. I didn't film it because I tried to scoop the tray out really fast and save whatever was in there, but it didn't work out. So what I think happened is, because this was sitting up on here like that filter in the back was hitting underneath the tray with the bubbles, and it kept vibrating it and vibrating it and vibrating it. So I gotta reset and try again, but I have an idea. Alright, so I put the nuts on the back and I tightened them up against the frame of the tank, and now I can't push this back. Okay, take 2. This time I tightened the bolts better, and yeah, I could push it pretty hard. So I think we should be alright. Well, give it a shot. even more failures. I ended up losing all the parents to like ick or something like that in the tank. I tried treating them, that didn't work. And of course all the babies dumped into another tank, so that didn't work. But at the same time I was growing out some CPDs, and I was caught in between, and I threw some eggs in with those guys, and I did get a couple of cherry bulbs up to size. So we'll show you that, see where we are, and then we can end this video because it's turning into being a mess. Everything's dying on me. So here they are. I ended up with 4. They're, I don't know, call them a month old or so, 4 weeks. And I did get one of the albinos came through on the bottom, the biggest one. But they kind of looked like the parents. And, you know, I have faith in the system. It's just that I just ran into a bunch of bad luck. It is what it is. But trust me, it can be done. And I'm not done. I'm gonna do it again. But, you know, I gotta end this video sooner or later. I got them living in here with all of those CPDs. It is what it is. So that's it. What are you gonna do? Some days you're the bird, some days you're the windshield. They don't always work out. It's not always wave a wand over the tank and a million babies pop out. Sometimes you have setbacks, and this is one of them. And I don't know, we learn from here. Learn to put nuts and bolts on the fry tray. All right, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye.